Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to the channel and to the first of this week's reviews. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you again with another scenery review. This scenery's been out for a little while. It was out since February, but I finally got a chance to have a look at it and review it for you. So where are we? We are in Tunisia. This is Monastir Habib Bourguiba International Airport in Tunisia. Delta Tango Mike Bravo. This is a payware scenery by the Flight Sim Development Group, better known as FSDG, and this is the release version 1 for the PC version of Flight Simulator 2020. There is a version also available for 2024. The download comes in at 872 meg and it installs at 2.22 gig. There's also an additional FSDG folder that also installs with the download, and that comes in at 12.5 meg, basically documents and scripts. Scenery is available from FSDG's own online shop and from Sim Market. Currently the FSDG online shop has the best price, comes in at €15.99, which equates to roughly $17.53 US and £13.65 UK. Now the US and UK prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include VAT and tax at 19%. Now I'm in the UK and I logged into my account, and the tax or the VAT there is showing at 19%. In the UK it's 20%, in other countries it may be less, so it may vary, but those are the current prices I can see at the moment. So let's look at features. So features, we have an accurate and realistic rendition of Monastir Habib Bourguiba International Airport in Tunisia, Delta Tango Mike Bravo, an updated ground layout, authentic light environment, the Flight Sim 2020 technologies are used, including dynamic lighting, reflective textures, etc. It's optimized for great performance and visual results, and it's also compatible with all known add-ons, including GSX. Now if you go onto flightsim.to, you will find a GSX profile for this airport, but it's actually not for the scenery, it's for the freeware version. However, I've tested that freeware GSX profile with this airport, and it works pretty well. To be honest, it seems to work better than if you just used the default GSX option. But entirely up to you. Both seem to work. I just think the freeware one for the freeware scenery actually seems to work pretty well with this payware. I'll put the link for that in the description below should you wish to explore that option. Okay, so today's featured aircraft repaint, we have the FENIX Airbus A320. Again, it's the CFM version with the colours in the airline of TUNISAIR. This is a repaint by HT Repaints. Again, it's found on flightsim.to. Again, I'll put the link in the description below, and it looks pretty impressive, to tell you the truth. There you can see the detail. There's also a bit of dirt and grit on it as well. It looks pretty realistic. And here's the other side. Again, you can see the detail up close. It's pretty impressive. So here we are inside the forward cabin. It's all economy as far as I can see, and yeah, it's not bad at all. Here's the L1 door, and you've got the TUNISAIR little thing here on the screen. And here you can see a couple of the stewardesses in the blue uniform. And here's the cabin. We've actually boarded some passengers so you can see the inside, with some passengers inside as well. Overwing exit on the port side, and down here you can see the safety card and the little exit signs. And the overwing exit on the starboard side. And here we are looking at the rear galley, got the two toilets left and right there. And once again, a couple of the stewardesses, and here is the L2 door on the other side at the rear of the aircraft. And just a quick look at the rear on the port starboard side there, you can see the exit door, and you can look at and you can see the window detail here. I mean, this is really nice here. and you can see our passengers inside. So there you go, that's once again, that's the FENIX Airbus A320, the CFM engine variant in the colours of TUNISAIR, repainted by HT repaints, and again you can find this on flightsim.to, and the link is in the description below. So that was your features. Let's look at some history. Okay, history. Monastir, Habib Bourguiba International Airport. Delta Tango Mike Bravo is a public use international airport operated by TAV Airports Holding Company. The airport serves Monastir and Sousse areas of Tunisia. The Tunisian Civil Aviation and Airports Authority, known as the OACA, awarded the management of the airport to TAV Airports Holding in March 2007. The airport is named after the former president of Tunisia, Habib Bourguiba, who was born in Monastir. During World War II, the airport was known as Monastir Airfield and was used by the United States Army Air Force 12th Air Force 81st Fighter Group during the North African Campaign. The 81st Group flew P-39 Airacobras from the airfield between May and August of 1943. The airport activity mainly consists of tourists coming to visit Monastir and Sousse and the surrounding resorts of Monastir Skanes and Port El Kantoui. Almost all charter flight operations are concentrated in the tourist season, with NAVAIDS and TUNISAIR being the main airlines operating currently at the airport. With a capacity of 3.5 million passengers per year, the terminal covers 301,000 square feet or 28,000 square meters. This airport led the country in terms of traffic with over 4.2 million passengers in 2007. Like all Tunisian airports, Monastir Airport was originally managed by the Office of Civil Aviation and Airports. However, in January 2008, it came under the management of Turkish consortium TAV Airports Holding, with a contract to operate for a period of 40 years under that concession. The airport is accessed by trains on the electrified meter gauge Cell Metro line and between Sousse and Garah Habib Bourguiba Monastir. Some 18 airlines operate into and out of Monastir Airport, including Air France, Brussels Airlines, Luxair, Smartwings, TAP Air Portugal, Transair, and of course the national carrier TUNISAIR. So there you go, a short history of this airport. It's beautifully placed right on the coast here, and you can see some of the hotels. This place is pretty famous and a big tourist destination. Okay, so let's get down to the runway in itself now and have a look at it. Okay, runways, it's 20 to 7 in the evening local time, and the date of this video is the 7th of April 2025. So here we are, pretty much just after sunset. We're staring down the throat of runway 07. So Monastir Airport operates a single runway 0725, measuring 9,744 feet or 2,970 meters, and it's made from asphalt. The airport lies at an elevation of just 9 feet or 2.7 meters and sits within the GMT UTC plus 1 hour time zone. Now, Tunisia does not observe daylight saving time, or DST, and with the UK having moved 1 hour ahead onto British summertime, the airport here is currently on the same time as the UK for the moment. So as I said, we're staring down the throat of runway 07, which features high-intensity runway lighting, high-intensity airfield lighting system, and precision approach path indicators on the left side. So all of this is correct. There's the high-intensity lighting, PAPI's on the left. The approach lights, again, as per the charts, this is all correct as well. Approach options for runway 07, well, you have a standard instrument landing system and a VOR Y and Z approach option too. And finally, there's a locator approach option as well. Okay, let's go look at the other end, runway 25. Okay, so here we are looking at the other end, runway 25 approach, and it features high intensity runway lighting and the high intensity airfield lighting system, and again the precision approach path indicators on the left side. No actual approach lights are in the scenery, and they're not on the chart as well. So this is all correct and accurate. As for runway 25 approach options, well, you only have the VOR Y and Z approach option at this end. There's no instrument landing system, although of course you do have the PAPIs here as a visual aid to the glide slope. So there you go, that was runways. There are no jetways at this airport, so let's get down to the main tour and have a look at this. Well, there we are, welcome back. It's just after noon. We start at the very western end of the airport. Here's the threshold of runway 07, and here you can see the signage on plinths, and we've got runway or blue airfield edge lights as well. So here's a look at the runway. I can't decide if this is concrete or asphalt. In the real world the runway's made from asphalt, but as you can see it looks like a kind of a concrete colour. It's not really dark enough to be asphalt. But we'll leave that. I'm not so much worried about that. It fits into the scenery and that's fine. Okay, so we'll start the tour west to east. As I said, you've got the threshold of runway 07 on the right hand side. There's the landside highway. And we'll head east towards the central area airside first. So coming up on the fuel palm here. Again, nice modelling, fence line is there, some texturing as well on the buildings, on the tanks. Photo ground pretty much everywhere. It's not really of a high resolution. Some places it works, other places it just doesn't quite look as good as it could be. But airside, here we are, looks pretty good. Slow down a little bit. And you can see it looks pretty good. They've made a pretty decent attempt here. There's the fire station. Now we come to the main area. There's the TUNISAIR aircraft I showed you earlier. And here's the terminal. No jetways, as I've said. It's all parking up in the sunshine straight across. There's the control tower. So it looks pretty good from the outside. Nice modelling. But as you can see, no internal modelling as such. So we continue eastwards. You've got some lovely trees there. And all the various vehicles, all unique to this airport, as indeed they should be. And as you can see, plenty of parking space. And we've got this big hangar right at the eastern end of the airport, which is on the charts. And again, plenty of parking space. Ground markings look pretty good too. Not much to complain about airside, all looks fine. So just a slower pass here, airside, looking at the various features there. You can see various buses, the clutter. I really do like these trees. The foliage looks really quite good. And now we come to the main terminal and the main apron. And the modelling is perfect. The modelling is really good. No real complaints. You've got the airport sign in both Arabic and English. And even the buses have some really low resolution parallaxing on them. But that looks fine. The road markings look good. Very nice indeed. No real complaints. There's the fire station. Again, most of these buildings are nicely textured and weathered. No real complaints at all. Okay, so a little tour landside. I mean, landside looks okay. It's a bit bare. We've got a couple of cars and buses. No people. But, you know, once again, the modelling is fine. No real complaints. Just all looks a bit lifeless because there's nobody about. But the design is fine. Really, I can't find fault with the airport design, the way it's been laid out. It's very nice. The foliage really does work, to be honest. It's good. And here we've got the coach park, and as you can see, it's all pretty sun blasted here. That looks to be a train track over there. And then here we've got the main landside car park. And plenty of light stanchions. Be interesting to see if they're all lit and what kind of effect they give during the darkness hours. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so a couple of close-up shots of the stand here where we are and what it looks like. So you can see the terminal is nicely weathered outside, not much in the way of parallaxing, and I don't think there's anything inside either. And as you can see, no internal development. So there's the aircraft parked on Papa 8, as you can see down the Airside road. No animated traffic as such, it's all static, certainly I can't see any. And as you can see, the stairs are connected, and we've got the tug here and the cargo lifters. These are all GSX from the GSX file, and it all works. And a quick look in the other direction, and you can see we've got a vehicle there. So there is some animated traffic about. And he's just about driving on the correct side of the road. And there you've got the fire engine. Here's landside of the terminal. As you can see, it's not really been done in 3D. Really should be, to my opinion, but there you go. This is all photo ground. A lot of it a bit low resolution. But we've got some taxis and some buses and various vehicles here. And the greenery helps as well, helps the effect. There, looking in the other direction. Not sure if this is a swimming pool with a tree in it, but there we go. And just a high level shot looking across the Airside's got this wonderful intricate roof design which looks really good, and the weathering on the top of it just helps the effect. It's not a bad airport at all, it's been nicely done. I think really my only criticism really is a pity there's so much low resolution photo ground around, particularly when it comes to sort of land side of the terminal. So here below us you can't see it very well because again it's low res focus and even it's not really well defined. This is a railway track. There's the station. And there's a close-up of the station known as the Metro. Again, it's signed and you've got it in Arabic as well. Here's the electricity lines that go over the top. Would have been nice to see this much better designed in 3D and maybe have an animated train. That would really improve the product. So here's the view, daytime, looking out of the captain's cockpit there. That's the view you see when you park up on stand Papa 8. There's a view from the captain's window. We've got the stairs attached and the stairway operator. And looking across in the first officer's window. So there's a high level overview, airport looking landside, and you can see you've got all the hotels here, various things for you to explore. Beautiful Red Sea coast here. So let's drop it down to dusk and see what it looks like. Okay, 7:15 local time in the evening. It's the 10th of April 2025, the date of this video, so we're in sort of early summer. The lights came on about 3 minutes ago, and this is the view we get over the airport. Once again, like many airports in the simulator, it kind of comes to life in the darkness hours. you've got some nice subtle lighting here. It looks quite good from up here as well. And then looking towards the west, well, it looks fine. It really does. No real complaints. And there we are, looking to sort of southeast over the ponds, as it were. So here we are on the stand. Here's a close-up. It's really nice here with you using GSX. You've got the stairs that are lit up, and you've got the flashing obstruction light for the actual vehicle itself. So there's a close-up view of the stairs. I mean, that really does look good. And here we are looking over the cockpit here, over this side. And to be honest, the building here, although it's not really lit, it does look better. So a close-up look at the terminal from airside. This is the similar view to what we saw during the daytime, and you can see it looks a little bit more lively, as it were. So there we are looking towards the west. You've got the additional stands, and there you've got the fire station here with some lighting on it. No, doesn't seem to be lit in the tower, but thankfully I can't see any Asobo globes airside, which looks good. I mean, they've obviously concentrated on airside and it looks fine. And there we are looking east, and once again, you know, the lighting just makes the airport look so much better at this time of the day. Here you can see you've got lighting here. I mean, it's not great, but it just looks better than it did during the day. This whole thing is really improved. Control tower has got this light as well, which again improves the look of the tower. So some of the signage here, just looking out, this is onto the runway. You've got blue airfield edge lights, can't see any green centerline lights. And here's the taxiway exit, Charlie, that takes you onto the ramp. So here's an overview from the eastern end of the runway. This is the SABENA hangar. Nice to see this lighting here. Again, you know, this really improves the whole building, makes it look so much better than during the daytime. And you've got the highway lights as well. So we track landside towards the terminal, and here you can see we do have lots of floating globes. But as we get to the terminal itself, nice to see the lighting here. Okay, we could do with some lighting on the vehicles here and there, and you've got these overhead lights that sort of give a little bit of light, but not a huge amount. Very nice kind of lilac colour drop down there on the building. I mean, it looks fine. It just would look so much better if this was done in 3D and they'd given it the attention it deserves. But I think it's another case like a similar airport I've just reviewed, where they've worked hard and done everything for the pilot on the airside side and kind of left the landside side to look after itself somewhat. So they've done just enough that they think is okay. Here's the railroad track. Again, it would have been nice to have an animated train and have this track done in 3D. I think probably it's my fault. I mean, I've reviewed so many really good airports with these features in them, and you tend to sort of maybe expect them a bit now, and maybe I shouldn't. But as you can see, there is work done here and there in terms of lighting to just make this look a lot better. You know, it just looks better in the evening, in the dusk time. And you've even got the odd bit of lighting out here on these buildings, which is good. And here you've got the fuel farm with the containers towers there. And again, a little bit of lighting and parallaxing of a low resolution to make it look reasonable. And once again, the view from the cockpit at dusk. As you can see, the view here out of the window looks much better. the lighting is just enhances the whole thing and makes it look better. And there's a view through the port side passenger window. And there's a view from the starboard side passenger window. And the first officer's window looks good. Really good, does look nice across the ramp at this time of the day. Okay, so that was dusk. Let's drop it down to night time now. Okay, 10 PM local time, and here you can see the lighting's come up a little bit and we're in total darkness. And it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Ramp area looks pretty good. The blue airfield edge lights will help you, and there's sufficient light, I think, really on the main apron to help you get off the runway, through the taxiway into where you want. You'll probably need your nose gear light just to light up some of the yellow lines until you actually park. There we're looking east. You've got the threshold of runway 25 in the distance there. And looking southwest, you've got threshold of runway 07 on the left. Here you can see the signs, and the taxiway lights just look a lot better and brighter. And various bits of lighting here. And of course you've got more hotels down the coastline here. And a very quick view out of the front of the aircraft. And night time, you can see the lighting here on the parallaxing that's been done has come up a bit better. So the terminal looks better at night than it does during the daytime. And there's a view looking across the ramp to the east from the first officer's window. So here's a close-up view looking across the ramp to the east as the aircraft. I mean, you couldn't really get more realistic than that, apart from the fact that the terminal and the windows aren't as high-res as you'd like them to be. But that looks pretty realistic with the aircraft parked and things going on there. Close up on the stand, you can see we're not quite on the mark here, but actually it doesn't seem to matter because we haven't got any jetways to worry about. But there's a nice view looking down the Airside Road to the west, and you do have some animated vehicles here and there. And again, this just looks so much better at night time. So this is landside. Once again, the terminal looks so much better. The drop lighting in this colour looks very nice and effective. The airport sign's lit up, and you've got the parallaxing. Okay, it's low res, but you've got some lighting that really improves the way it looks. Looks so much better at night time. A couple of taxis, the models are perfectly okay, but unfortunately the area landside has only been done in photoreal and fairly low resolution at that. Would be nice to see this really improved. They're looking the other direction. Again, we've got some more taxis. I mean, the taxi models are really quite good. I mean, we're up close, and this model looks really, really good. And the buses, no real markings on the buses. But once again, all of this in low resolution, which kind of spoils the effect, really. But the terminal looks so much better. So there's the tower. Again, it's sort of over bright, but you know, it works. It's good enough. We'll just take a little run up here, east across the additional ramp here. Parking space is well lit here for those of you who want to use this area. And I just thought we'd have a quick look at this building. Once again, they all just look so much better at night time or in the darkness hours. I mean, the modelling is great. The building looks wonderful. It's weathered and textured very well. The signage is good, and the lighting brings the building to life a bit. You can even see the pipework on the outside here. But there's the landside. And once again, you've got signage on landside which unfortunately isn't lit. You've got some basic drop-down lighting here just to sort of let you know that this side of the building is there. But they've not decided to light the signage on the landside part of the building. And once again, a quick look at the taxiway signage at night. Again, it looks so much better than it does during the daytime. It's lit up. You can even see it glowing into the ground, which is a nice effect and makes it, in my opinion, makes it look more realistic. So that was the airport generally at night time from various views. Let's bring the dawn up. Hopefully I'm in the right position, see if we can get this nice effect on the buildings. Okay, it's just after 6 AM local time, and we're looking towards the west, and there you can see the glow on the buildings, and the airport looks quite nice. It really does. The lights went out about, I think about 4 minutes ago. You've got a beautiful view across the bay to the right there, across into the Red Sea. There we are looking northwest. You've got the hotels landside and the metro train that isn't there. And we've got the sun rising nicely in the east there. Okay, time to wrap up this review and give you my thoughts. It's 7:10 in the morning now. Everything looks fine. So, what do I think? I don't know if anybody else has done this airport before, certainly not Payware, but it looks quite nice. Really, there's nothing to worry about. In terms of what you would need as a pilot, everything you need to fly in here, park up, do what you want to do, and then park and disappear again. Everything there is done. It's all done in 3D. It's pretty good. Okay, the view out of the cockpit to the terminal isn't as good as it could be. Would be nice to make it more realistic. If you've got GSX, then you know, you've got the ability to make this a little bit more lively and a little bit more realistic, which is fine. But no, you know, it's okay. But LANDSIDE has largely been ignored. I mean, they've done some bits and pieces, which is fine, but they haven't really treated it with the same high quality that they have done in terms of Airside. But as a project, it's probably the best version of this at the moment. You know, it looks better. The hotels are also really good, and this is a really nice location, so flying in here could be quite interesting. What about the price? Okay, 16 euros, just under $18 US. Remember, those prices include tax. They're not bad. They're not. Prices are about right, I think. Certainly, you know, compatible with GSX. It just, you know, I think it's okay. I like it. I do like it. We will fly in here. And it does look quite good, and the price, I think, is a fair price for what we've got here. It's not one of the top places. FSDG do have the ability to produce better, but they've chosen to go this far and no further, I think, with this airport. But nevertheless, yeah, if you want Monastir and you're looking to fly in here, my opinion, this is certainly the best version, and it's certainly worth the price. Could also be worth waiting a little while and see if the price comes down on Sim Market, because they occasionally have sales. But yeah, a nice airport, a really nice airport. So there you are, Monastir Habib Bougida International Airport in Tunisia, Delta Tango Mike Bravo, Payware scenery by the Flight Sim Development Group, or better known as FSDG, and this is version 1, the release version for Flight Simulator 2020. Works in 2024, or there's a version for 2024 available. Download comes in at 872 meg, and it installs at 2.22 gig. There's an additional FSDG default folder that comes with pretty much every FSDG product you buy, and that's at 12.5 meg. Mainly it's documents and other bits and pieces. Available from FSDG's own online shop and from Sim Market. The FSDG online shop at the moment gives you the best price, but I do encourage you to look around. Currently showing as €15.99, which equates to $17.53 US, or £13.65 UK. Now those prices are estimates taken from the euro, and they include tax or VAT at 19%. Now normally we get 20% here in the UK, and sometimes FSDG have been guilty of really lagging on the tax when you log into your account and giving an incorrect feature. So you may want to just see how you go with this and see which gives you the best price. But all in all, yep, happy to recommend the airport. It looks good, certainly from a pilot's point of view. There's enough here to keep you interested and enough for you to explore. So thanks for watching, folks. That's the last of my reviews for this week. Stay tuned. Next week we'll do some more reviews, and I'm also going to continue highlighting some various liveries. Next week I'm going to try and see if we can find one for possibly the PMDG or maybe the 777 or something else. So thanks for joining me, thanks for watching. If you've been interested in this but not sure, hope that we've helped you today. Join me next week for more reviews and more opinions, and take care. My name's Lee. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.